What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today is something pretty special. So, Dishsoap had said that he was not going to compete in the first or second cup because he was burnt out on the set after, obviously winning Worlds, obviously prepping really hard for Worlds. But surprise, surprise, I looked on the score sheet today and I saw Dishsoap playing, and what a nice day he had. Started the day off 1-1-1, fumbled a little bit with a bot 4, but then ended the day 3-4 for 38 points, tied for 5th place overall on the day. So I thought, let's watch some of Dishsoap, the reigning world champion, playing in one of these cups. I mean, I feel like you have to watch him. And he played a really interesting game this game. I don't want to spoil anything, but I just took a quick glance at the game. I didn't spoil everything for myself, but it's a pretty special game, so I'm hyped to watch this one myself. But yeah, the day overall was pretty interesting. We saw a lot of Callista. This comp is just so broken, but there are some other lines that people have been working on. We're actually going to see an alternative line this game. I will tell you, it's not a Callista game. This game. Start off here early with an Elise pair plus Jace here, doing a lot of scouting actually. I wonder if you would ever sell this Galio. I kind of want to hold on to it for potential portal here, but there is also the idea of holding on to Twitch plus Warwick here. Okay, we got some gold here, so we can pick up the Twitch, hold on to the Galio. I think this is perfect. You can hold on to potential hunters with the shapeshifters. Makes a lot of sense if you ever find like a Shyvana that, ties the entire board together, but also hold on to this portal stuff. And yeah, a lot of scouting from Dishsoap. Very nice. I wonder if he'll ever hold the Cassiopeia, either Cassiopeia or Kog'Maw. With Sword, maybe you're looking at holding Kog'Maw, yeah. And we do pick up Elise too. Ooh, and an interesting sell there. So he does end up actually selling the Galio, saying it's very unlikely that I'm actually going to play around Portal this opener. To hold on to Poppy. I guess the idea with Poppy is you're holding on to Poppy Ziggs for potential Ziggs roll. You want to see if all of these lines open. The chance of playing Portal here is very low, so we're going to hold on to the Poppy. I think it makes sense, and hold on to random Soraka. First augment here, Preserver, Spellblades, and 2 healthy. Spellblades quite nerfed from its heyday. Kind of a quite bad augment these days. I actually haven't taken Preserver +1 on this patch yet, so let's do a quick stats check. Looks very bad still, and then 2 healthy also just not a great 2-1 augment here, especially when we sell some of our 2 cost. Slammin, a pretty solid option though, so we can default to this. Sweet Tooth, not as good as it used to be, so probably not going to be the pickup, but you could actually think about like a BT Sweet Tooth Nunu. It's not terrible here, but yeah, I like Slammin a lot more, especially because we actually kind of have a board to play around. Pick up a belt here. So what slams are we looking at in this scenario here? There's actually a lot that exists here. There's we're probably not going to double slam 2 items. Even Shroud, like Edge of Night would be the only 2 you could really make. I guess a BT Sunfire actually could be made if you want to kind of keep the like AD frontline option. That's probably your best slam here is BT Sunfire if you want to slam 2 items, but those items, in my opinion, aren't that high priority here. I was thinking something like Even Shroud and then hold on to the sword, but getting rid of Chain actually feels really good. Like Gargoyle, maybe it's a Gargoyle Starax. It's just like Starax is not very good onto the Elise. I don't know. If this is YPY1, he's slamming BT Sunfire, so maybe it is BT Sunfire. The level up here, I think, makes a lot of sense, and we will wait to see what Dishsoap slams here. He's got to slam 1 item at least, probably. It'd be hard. I guess you could put items on everybody. He is going to make, yeah, BT Sunfire. I think it makes a lot of sense. This BT item is just so solid on so many, like every board can kind of play a melee carry if you really want to, and then Sunfire's solid tempo when you're playing with Slammin. So honestly, all right, those YBY VOD reviews have been paying off because I see the BT Sunfire and it makes sense. This is actually also a nice little transition in the board. We pick up 2 Eldritch here, and so we're going to play 3 Eldritch on this board with the Elise, of course, because Eldritch is 3 Eldritch is a little bit stronger than 2 Hunter on this board. So yeah, we're gonna play this now. Quick scout of the lobby. We can actually just pause a little bit. There's a scoreboard scrapper player with a Shojin. They could play AP from this spot. They could play Varus, so we'll see. Stars are born. Kog'Maw. They're holding a lot of interesting stuff on bench. I am not really sure 100% if this is... They have a Morello made. It honestly looks like Stars are born Ziggs, honestly. So we'll see. There's a Chrono +1. Yeah, this guy Chrono +1 obviously plays 6 Chrono. Sleight of hands with a Gwynsu slam. This must be Callista, very likely. This Epoch player, actually kind of a similar setup to us. They have the shapeshifters, they have a Sunfire and a bow here. Probably something AD. Could be another Callista setup, though. I feel like if you're playing around Callista, you don't really love Sunfire that much because you want like really like big tank items for your Rakan. But I guess we'll see what all these players end up going for. This is also going to be a pretty close fight, but I think we're going to get beat out by the Namzi. Yeah, that guy just had too many upgrades, so sadly we lose that fight. Do pick up a Mordekaiser here who could go in. I mean, honestly, Neela's not bad from a damage dealing standpoint, but like maybe, yeah, I mean, 5 Eldritch is so far away, so I doubt we can think about that. You'd probably want just an extra unit to put on this board, like a warrior or something. Looks like Dishsoap's just going to hold on to the Jace pair here, sell his other stuff in order to make 10, and then just chill. Not going to level here because it's going to hurt our econ too much, and we're going to level up anyway next round, and like we're kind of chilling. Maybe hold on to this. I mean, I'm down to hold the Mordekaiser if we win this fight. So yeah, hold on to the Mordekaiser here. There's also, I guess, the option of holding on to like Shyvana or something to potentially play around a different shapeshifter later, but yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, so itemization wise, we have BT plus Sunfire made. It's really interesting. In this spot, I don't see a very clear direction for Dishsoap here. Looks like he's just gonna go for an AD, or just, yeah, some kind of AD backline item in the bow. Seems quite reasonable. Take the coin flip here, generate some gold. Probably looking at, I would imagine we're looking at making gold here. But it might actually not be the case. Yeah, wow. Rumble in and the Mordekaiser in. This is going to be our board here with our backline being Neela. This means that it's impossible for us to make gold here, but Dishsoap's trying to play for strongest board here, trying to play for streak. I'm actually a little surprised by that, but I think he's just playing good TFT, playing his strongest board. He's going to pay 1 gold here to have a much stronger board down the line. And then, of course, once we get to level 6, we can throw like a warrior onto this board. And we're just holding high quality, strong units. Boom, there's a Katarina in our shop. That could be that warrior on level up. Also, he's looking at this Ezreal. Seems interesting. We'll see. But also, you just Rumble, Mordekaiser, just good units in general. I don't think he's thinking of playing like a Blasters game from this spot. I mean, he's holding on to the Ez for now. Maybe that's an idea that he has with the idea that BT is going to go onto the Mordekaiser later. Maybe. We'll see, I guess. This is the last fight for our 3 streak that this guy also looks really strong. And our Elise is not getting great Sunfire value. She was all the way over there. I certainly think we're going to make 20 gold here. The question is, do you want to hold Katarina or do you want to hold Ez? And he's going to keep the Ez open as a potential option to play for. Ooh, there's the 5 Eldritch now, so we can actually play a 5 Eldritch mid game. I just don't know what we're going to play late game because Eldritch certainly, I mean, let me look at like the Eldritch +1 augments. They tend to not look, I mean, they look okay at like 3-2, but usually that's just to get tier 5 Eldritch, which we already have here. So yeah, it's interesting. We do pick up potentially a Gwynsu if we want to make it and just angle for one of the best comps in the game, which is Callista. It's pretty contested. I think, yeah, Dishsoap's going to do a scout here. I mean, those 2 people aren't playing it. This person, Zanya's, this is more like Rise type setup, I would imagine. This person also with a show. Honestly, this doesn't look like that contested of a lobby for Callista. Told you we're not playing Callista, but maybe I lied to you. This guy maybe, but even then, yeah, not very few Gwynsu's made, and the only person who does have a Gwynsu made is the person who is made, who either has a Zanya's or who has a Shojin. Both players probably unlikely to play around Callista. So yeah, I think this Gwynsu slam makes a lot of sense. Great scout from Dishsoap. Very, very diligent to make sure that he's not putting himself in a super, super contested line. If he scouts and 3 people are angling Callista, then maybe he slams something different here. Next, Augment here. We do, like I was talking about, have that Eldritch crest. The only problem is this doesn't really do anything until we get that Nami. Once we get Nami, though, it's a big spike. But do you want to play vertical Eldritch here? You could just take something like a sleight of hand and just play like a generic, strong mid game into like Callista. We'll see here. Another bow even for like a GS or a Last Whisper doesn't seem bad. Don't hate that. Yeah. I don't know. I think sleight of hand, just a generically strong augment here. Throw a TG onto the Mordekaiser seems pretty reasonable here. But yeah, I mean, Dish doing a lot of thinking on this scouting round to see if he's contested, and boom, there it is, the Eldritch +1 take. I just think this is something that is so uncommon. I think so few people want to play for vertical Eldritch, and I mean, we're gonna have to play around 7 Eldritch this game, right? It's just so uncommon, I would say. After, you know, it was nerfed really, really hard. It was obviously like broken in the Cinder days, and then got nerfed quite hard, and now it's like a little bit better. Like I said, the 3-2 stats for Eldritch +1 look quite good, but this is going to make it all worth it. That is a Nami here. So the only downside is we are level 6. We cannot play 7 Eldritch yet, but now we have Eldritch that we can actually play around. So a high roll spot for sure to play around Eldritch, but I just want to know how Dishsoap plays the late game here. We have this BT that could eventually go into a Briar, but obviously we have to get to Briar. And it's just, yeah, this is not a board that I think sees that much play right now. You know, there's so many people playing like the Callista boards, the Rise boards. I see, you know, Rise Karma boards even, like Fiora type stuff, all the other 4 costs. But this Nami is like one of the least common 4 costs in the games that I've seen. We have Sunfire built already, so we don't really need a an item like a heal cut item or something like that. We have sword open, which I know Dishsoap would love to be Shojin here, I have to imagine. We're going to cloak here for maybe an Onyx Spark to get that MR shred, and certainly we're going to level here, get the vertical Eldritch in. Do we want to play Shapeshifter here or Vanguard? I like Shapeshifter, right? We are playing for an Elise tank here, so I like this a lot. I really love the BT Sunfire Slam from the start. Oh, he tried to. I wonder what that remover is for. Getting those items and moving them over to someone like Neela, I'm not actually sure. But in any case, we have the Volar Bear down here, so I'd be surprised if we lose either of these next two fights. We're also holding on to Rumble Pair here. Looks like he's gonna hold the line on the Rumble here, and just wants to play that potentially on level up. Ooh, that was a charm that rolled our shop, right? Did he actually? Yeah, wow. He actually just straight up rolled there with the idea that we have a lot of really, really impactful pairs here. So yeah, picks up Rumble, picks up the Nasus as well. And so yeah, he's just going to play a Rumble 2 on his board with the idea of maybe leveling up for Nasus down the line. I mean, I think it's beautiful. I think this makes a lot of sense. You could even look at removing items off that Elise, throwing some of them onto Rumble. Maybe it's slightly stronger right now. But then you kind of lose the remover because those items end up on Rumble, and then you can't really like move them again. So I love that roll actually in hindsight from Dishsoap. This is a 4 streak that we're playing for and a lot of strong people. And yeah, he's even gonna sell the Nasus here with the idea that like now that we have this Rumble, I don't really care that much about it. All right, so use a remover there to move items off Elise. Obviously, those items aren't gonna stay on her long term. We also probably need to get this Gwinsu off of Neela eventually, though. I mean, not right now, probably sometime stage 4. Once you get like a Nami too, I guess we're gonna Gwinsu the Nami, which is not her best item, but certainly the Mahun that makes the most sense here. Item-wise here, we're really looking for something like a Shojin for the Nami. These items are pretty gross. Maybe it's like a Guard Breaker Gargoyle idea. Though we don't really have a big one of the struggles with this comp is you don't really have like a big main tank a lot of the time. You can play like Nasus, but we sold him, so I don't actually know what we're going to play for here. I'm quite curious what these items are going to be. I guess. I don't know. I mean, you also have the sword open for something like a Briar item. It's just so hard, in my opinion, to play for the Briar here when we're just going to be going level 8 here. We do have to slam. Okay, he's gonna start making Briar items here, so it's going to be a Sterax. And then the idea is, okay, Steadfast Heart, whoa. And then he needs to slam this. I mean, he needs to slam the Cloak to get slamming value. And yeah, he's just going to throw it onto like Ash or something. I think that is... it feels bad because we might have to burn a remover on that, which is, it's so awkward. But I mean, I think you really want to get slamming value here. Last Augmento here, probably just a support golem, I think is quite reasonable. I don't know. I think Clockwork does benefit the bear, maybe. I think it does, which is kind of sick. So maybe that's a take. I don't know. You could, I guess what I would do here is do a quick stats check. 7 Eldritch here. And then look up Clockwork Accelerator. And Clockwork Accelerator 4.37. It's not bad. It's better than the average of 7 Eldritch. And then what else was there? Support Golem. I'm sorry, I pulled this. I'll tell you what the average is. I mean, the stats say it's Support Golem easily, but I think the stats always say it's Support Golem easily, so fair enough. All right. Avenge the Fallen is... Yeah, Avenge of the Fallen, newly buffed Avenge of the Fallen is so good. We're going to level here. Didn't actually have time to roll down because we spent so much time thinking about Augment here, and it's a big decision, certainly. I wonder if Avenge of the Fallen, and what does that say about Avenge? Yeah, they say it might be the best possible gold augment. Yeah, it's the best possible gold augment that you can get. This augment is so strong, and I feel like it probably works on the bear, because the bear like stays off the board, but he is a unit. I wouldn't be shocked if it did work on the bear. All right, so his idea of capping here is playing around the way that so many people cap their boards these days, which is playing around Arcana. It's so funny. They nerfed Arcana so hard. It kind of fell out of favor for a little bit, and now it's way, way back into favor. People are always playing around Arcana to cap their boards late game, so that makes sense here. Obviously, these items are eventually going to move over to Briar, and I mean, in hindsight, I love these item slams from Dishsoap here. He's not holding out. My thought process of like holding onto Sword here was the idea of holding out for Shojin for Nami, but I think this is perfect. We get to make good slams for the Neela here. We're win streaking here because we have that 7 Eldritch. We're strong during this stage as we want to be and should be, and we still get to play for that late game out of Briar here. So having faith in his board, really, really smart from Dishsoap. Glove here, I guess, is going to be for a Briar item later, but we're kind of running out of spots to hold these items unless we want to make like a QSS and have that be last Briar item. It doesn't sound horrible, I guess, but we'll see what Dishsoap ends up wanting to do. But yeah, I mean, this is a fast 9 game from Dishsoap. Oh, this is so... Wow. That's such a smart, like, little adjustment here. Love the Galio. your board gets a little bit weaker, right? So we're not playing the Tom Kench on our board, but we don't want to commit Glove to TK because then we're going to lose out. We need this Tom Kench on our board late game. So play just a hair weaker board for a few rounds. We're going to lose our streak at some point one of these next few rounds anyway, because our board's not that strong. And then we get to Glove the Galio. We still get slam in value. Yeah, this is perfect. Now we can just put this onto Nasus for now, who's not going to stay on our board late game, but we can just glove him for now. That's so smart from Dishsoap to put glove on a unit, because if you throw it on one of the other Eldritch, you have one remover that you need to move this cloak probably. You have to use the other remover to move the items off Neela, and then you're selling the Rumble. If we were to say glove the Mordekaiser, then we'd have to find a replacement Mordekaiser, which would hurt our ability to play the game a lot. So smart from Dishsoap. He's finally starting to lose these fights badly because, yeah, I mean, the 7 Eldritch board, we really don't have a carry for it, but he's made it through stage 4, which is the biggest thing. He's been getting slam in value this entire stage. He's up to 18 here. He's going to be 60. So yeah, he could actually just go 9 next level. And yeah, he needs to burn one of these removers, move these items off of the Neela here. And yep, the idea is we are going to level up next round, I have to imagine, and start digging for just the whole board that he put in there. The Zerath, the TK2 would be really nice. I think it makes sense. All right. So yeah, a lot of gold here. Certainly going to level here. Doesn't need to buy. Yeah, I love this. Don't buy an expensive charm here. You need the gold to roll down here. Finds the Briar, finds the Nami too. He's only missing the Zerath right now. He does need to start putting some items down. BT plus Sterak's here. Gonna feed the Briar. Eldritch onto this guy. And then your only question is, what items are you slamming here? You have, I guess you have QSS Adaptive. It doesn't seem amazing, but it doesn't seem terrible. What else do you have here? You don't really want another BT. QSS Adaptive sounds like fine to me. I guess we'll see. Oh, yeah, QSS. Oh, and he had a rod as well. Okay. I didn't see where that rod was. Maybe it was on a unit on his bench or something. But he's going to make the Onyx Spark here. Also, holding on to these Namis, a little expensive. But we do have 5 of them, and we are level 9. And like I was talking about earlier, Nami is not that. Yeah, I think this just scouted the entire lobby. I don't think he saw a single Nami here. We still don't have our Arcana in. I mean, double Nami you can just play on the board for now, yeah. Oh, that is 7 Namis right now. He's not going to pick that up just yet, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but we have 7 Namis here. Still no Briar 2. We do need to roll down these rounds for good charms and just for a stronger board. We're Briar paired here on 9 Briar 2 with Spiker board. So hard. But yeah, we're going to continue to play around. I mean, obviously, Vertical Eldritch, we have to, and we're going to probably buy this Nami at the last second just to make sure, yep, that this person is not looking. There's Briar 2, which is huge for us. That is so good. And yeah, just keep the Nami hidden. Keep it. I love it on the right side here, right behind this Ari. We do have the Arcana in. It's funny to me that Dishsoap is of the opinion that this is highest cap, because, I mean, Arcana TK here is not that much HP for the board. I guess the question would be, like, what else could you go for? Also, we did just get pinged. I guess the other thing is that, like if we're cutting, we'd lose Scholar. There's really nothing to play the more that I look at this. Warrior does nothing. So I think the idea from Dishsoap is just there's not much else to play. It used to be you could play like a Karma on this board, but we have no Karma items. Maybe if we did, we could play around that. But yeah, I mean, scouting around, once again, no Namis. Definitely not getting one off Carousel here. And we can just take an item for Nami, I would say. Morella's not even bad here. I mean, it's not amazing, but like I think you certainly take it, yeah, because this Mordekaiser is, going to die in these fights. Your Eldritch God gaining some extra stats on takedown is actually really nice here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the Ari in. I wonder if it's ever just it's probably not the Ari AP. It's probably just HP for your entire board. Can't be that bad, especially with the extra stats from Avenge the Fallen. Actually thinking about Avenge the Fallen, do you ever frontline the Syndra here just to get Avenge the Fallen procced a little bit earlier? I could see it, but I guess his idea is that Syndra is, I mean, she's shredding, right? That's a nice bonus for having the Syndra onto the board. So I guess you probably don't frontline her then. I mean, all hail the mighty Dishsoap. Whenever he makes a choice, it's always the correct one. All right, once again, just rolling for charms every round. Dishsoap would love to hit a Nami 3, but he cannot count on hitting Nami 3 this game. It's very possible someone denies him. That person's holding a Nami. Yeah, that's really... Oh, this person's also holding a Nami. So that's 2 out of the pool. That means we literally can't hit Nami 3. We have... there's 1 more in the pool. There are 8 Namis. Yeah, besides those 2 that they're holding. Hopefully the idea is that these players are going to die, or that, especially in current set, you need as much gold as you can get late game, right? You need to roll for charms every round. So the idea is that these people, if Dishsoap can put enough pressure on them by just being strong, having a lot of HP, he can potentially make it so that they have to sell units to look for solid charms. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these Namis have actually been sold right at the last second. They were held for a little while, but aren't getting held now. There's also obviously the idea that you can pick up charms that make this easier. Maybe like a duplicator charm would be huge for us. Temporary artifacts, not bad. Ooh, I think Dishsoap might even be rolling for the possibility of a duplicator charm. Ooh, Major Gambit. Wow, that is such a play. There's the Zerath. He is going to look at charming the Zerath here, or Arcanaing the Zerath here, which, you know, tends to not be great these days. 6% bonus true damage on your abilities. Not amazing, but it's probably better than a little bit of HP on our team. We have a lot of tankiness, so yeah, he's going to throw it onto the Zerath for now. Once we get to 12, it's going to be 8% true damage, which is not bad, but it's just kind of the best cap that he has. Also, I guess theoretically you could get to the Zerath charm that makes it so you get a copy of all the 4 costs. The only problem is that one's like 30 something gold. Wait, we did win this fight actually, so we got the gold back. 32 HP streaking. This board is actually surprisingly strong playing around the Briar. I wonder if he takes Radiant Eyes here just to try to lock down a win here. He opts to continue rolling here. Takes this. I mean, a Zerath 2 is a Zerath 2. So yeah, he is just going to take that here, get his Zerath start up here, and a little bit of AP on the entire board isn't bad. So yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly fine charm here. It's pretty bad, honestly, but you know, a charm's a charm in a spot like this. He doesn't want to roll to 0 looking for good charms. And ooh, this is gonna be a close fight. Probably better charm, and we do win this here. All right, the Eldritch God getting stats on takedown is great. I think I might have seen 1 Nami there, so that means we need to find all the rest of the Namis in the pool. Huge here would be if we win this fight, we could potentially get a Nami off Carousel if one of these 2 players dies. There's also, I guess, the possibility that we just win out without even ever hitting Nami 3, which would be quite hilarious, and we just have double Namis on our board doing work. I mean, the 2 Namis are doing a lot of work here. It's a lot of CC for this Bear and for the Briar here. Yep, okay, so that is 1 fight. If there's a Nami on Carousel, we could grab it. Doesn't exist, sadly, so we're stuck looking for, what, another Nami item? Archangels, I guess. Seems fine. But yeah, I mean, the upside is that I don't know if that player can actually hold on to Nami. Let's look at the last second scout here to see if they were... I didn't... oh, it's too fast. I don't know if they're holding a Nami here, but we're going to roll down here. He picked up... I didn't actually see what the charm was either. Oh, that guy's got Tremors, which is a very, very scary charm. I'm going to go back, actually, and look at what charm we grabbed real quick, just because it matters a lot. Oh, okay, Scoot Swarm or whatever it is. Actually, that's a Magic the Gathering card, I'm pretty sure. But the one that gives you the little... the little guys is pretty solid when your units die. And oh, also moving the Gwynsu over to the secondary Nami makes sense. This is the worst item out of the 3 that are on the Nami. So I love this. Great play. All right. Can we win this fight? This guy's on a huge win streak here. They are 6 Chrono Karma, which we talked about last video. So strong. This is such a close fight. Oh my god, we just couldn't end up sniping the Karma, so we're gonna lose this fight, and it's gonna come down to if we can hit Nami 3. There is 1 Nami in shop there. Oh my god, it's too easy for the goats. The Nami in shop immediately into champion duplicator charm, and that's gonna be a Nami 3, and there is no shot Eltenohui can win this game unless he pulls a Karma 3 out of a hat somewhere. I don't think that's happening. So the Nami 3, like I talked about, such an uncontested unit. The 7 Eldritch, so underplayed, but it allowed us to get a lot of tempo, play for a 3-star 4 cost, and win out. I mean, just a beautiful game from Dishsoap. I mean, that's why he won Worlds, man. This guy's a beast. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and all my links down below. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, I also potentially will be co-streaming with Kai tomorrow on his Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/Watanabe_Kai. So check that out if you're interested for day 2 of the cup. All right, I'll see you guys later.